This Valentine's Day, celebrate the one you love the most with Hallmark cards at Walgreens. Valentine's Day is the best time to send your favorite person a reminder of just how much they mean to you. A Hallmark card is a super simple and beautiful way to say how grateful you are for the love you two share. Don't forget, Valentine's Day is Saturday, February 14th. Visit Walgreens today to find a Hallmark card that shows just how much you love them. Because love lives here.
Look at him, eating whatever he wants, never gaining a pound. While I'm stuck with the boring special and can't lose an ounce.
How's your lunch, man?
Amazing. Yours?
So good.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Cool, buddy.
Weight loss isn't fair, but Mochi Health is. The affordable GLP-1 source that can fix your frustration with food.
So, same time next week?
No!
Definitely.
And your friends. Learn more at joinmochi.com. Mochi members have access to licensed physicians and nutritionists. Results may vary.
This podcast is supported by The Real Real. Meet Christine. She loves shopping. And this is the sound of fashion overload. Too many fabulous things, not enough space. So Christine started selling with The Real Real.
I've always loved collecting designer pieces. Gucci bags, Prada heels. But my style keeps evolving. Selling with The Real Real? Game changer. I earn more, and they do everything.
Seriously, just drop off your items or schedule a pickup. We handle the photos, descriptions, pricing, even shipping. You just sit back and watch your items sell fast to our 38 million members.
And I get peace of mind knowing I earn more selling with The Real Real than anywhere else.
Exactly. That's the sound of your closet working for you. The Real Real. Earn more, save time, sell fast. And right now, you can get an extra $100 site credit when you sell for the first time. Go to therealreal.com to get your extra $100. Therealreal.com. That's therealreal.com.
What is going on? You are listening to Tags Podcast, aka Talk About Gay Sex Podcast. This is episode 732. I am your host, Steve V, alongside Jeremy Russ Lopez. How you doing, Jeremy?
I'm really well. How are you?
Good. Keeping warm over here, trying to at least. And also joining us, of course, the lovely Talented with the brand new EP out, Thing of Beauty. Get it? Cody Maurice Doggett. How the hell you doing, Cody?
Hello, darling. Doing well. Surviving the cold, child. It's brick out there right now.
It really is. But it's February. It's Black History Month, and hopefully there's a light coming to our way. We are going to get into so many hot topics a little later in the show, including a little Grammy breakdown, some fashion breakdown. We need to hear from Jeremy on this. But before we do that, we have been talking about all year long so far, this month long. We're in a new month. But tonight we're talking about what happens when the version of you that the world knows no longer fits. And it's all related to an article that I read that went viral this week with adult film star Joey Mills, who is really stepping away from the image that made him famous. I'm talking about the twink, the fantasy, the boy next door. And now he's leaning into something that feels more authentic, more grounded, more him. He even I don't have the platform. I wish I could. He has one of those home improvement shows that's coming out that he's taking his basement and turning it into a dungeon, and he had his family help him out with it. I really want to see this. What struck me, though, wasn't just that he changed his career direction. It was that he said everything gets stale after a while. And that line, for me at least, hit. Because for so many of us, especially as gay and queer men, our sexuality, our bodies, our identities, our desires, they do evolve. But the world doesn't always want us to evolve. And it wants us to be frozen, whatever version of us was most consumable. Well, today we're just talking about porn or kink or aging. We're talking about permission to outgrow who you were, permission to choose yourself again. We're asking, who were you taught to be sexually? Who are you now? And who are you becoming? Outgrowing your sexual persona. Let's start here. Have you ever felt like the version of you that people expect sexually doesn't fit anymore? Jeremy, who were you when you first came out sexually as opposed to who you are maybe today?
I want to say that I'm just a lot less, I guess, slutty than I was when I lived in New York and just younger. But I also have kind of cultivated what it is that I enjoy in the bedroom. And I think my younger self just experimented and didn't know much about, I don't know, just roles and what turned me on the most and things like that. And I feel like that's something that you definitely discover in different relationships and in different settings. And yeah, I feel like that over time is really how you learn to like get to know yourself better
And
and
evolve.
and yeah, and just get into like a groove and how you relate to someone in a relationship, like how you get closer to someone and open up about what you really like and what you don't, or just figuring out that groove is a whole beast in itself.
You know what I love about the first thing that you said is when you were in New York, you had the slutty phase. And to me, there's that old saying of sow your wild oats early on if you can. And it is true. And you did it kind of in the way that a lot of people, therapists often say is a really good way to do it. Like sow those wild oats before you even get into a relationship. And I think that's really cool. If I were to think about this, I mean, well, actually, let me turn to you, Cody. What labels did you grow up into that no longer feel true today?
Well, definitely twink because when when you're why you laugh, Jeremy?
I think a lot of us start out in that twink
Yeah,
phase.
of course.
Exactly. It's like when you're younger, that's what you is applied to you, and that's what
Yeah.
you the mold that you and what you fit at that time in your life. So of course, I fell right into it. I was like, oh, I get to be like a dumb little piece of meat and cute and bubbly. That's totally fine with me. But I definitely outgrew that pretty quickly. And yeah, I've just grown into a more visceral, more, I think a lot of things that I liked back then too were more vanilla. And now I'm exploring more kink and more dom sub types of dynamics. And yeah, just so much more growth as far as that is concerned.
You know, what's funny is that I have been cleaning and we've just been organizing this apartment that Diego and I cohabitate now as husbands. And it feels so good. We've gotten rid of so much. And one of the things that I've come across so much is old pictures of myself in all phases, and seeing so many pictures of myself as a twink and knowing that I'm no longer that anymore has just been, in some ways, fun going down memory lane. In other ways, like a sweet goodbye to that era. Not that I've been a twink in many years, but it's just seeing myself in that era and being, oh, right. And I think we kept one picture and we put it up on the refrigerator. Diego did this cool collage on a portion of our refrigerator. Then we kept that up. But, I get it. I mean, what parts of my sexuality have evolved with age is that growing out of that. But I've gone through so many phases. We'll talk a little bit more about it. But there was a huge period, you remember it, Jeremy, when I was into the BDSM culture, culturally running for Mr. New York Eagle, going to all of the events. We just went through all of my leather. Cody, I've got a bag for you here that if you want.
Oh my God, I'm coming over this week.
It's yours. I
was just thinking about buying new leather. So yes, I will be over this week.
Oh my God. We organized all my leather. We kept some stuff for Diego, some stuff for me, but a lot of it is I put aside for you. A lot of it I'm just going to, I don't know. Jeremy, offline, I'll ask you. I'm going to ask Christoph from the New York Eagle too. What can I do with some of this stuff? Because it's good. It just doesn't serve me anymore. So
yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah, wow. So we'll see. All right, and now we're talking about aging, desire, and our culture. This article about this porn star that is now going from twink, Joey Mills, to, and he's only 28, by the way, but he started when he was 18. So if you will, go with that. He jokes about twink death. And I think he has something there because there is something that a lot of people that look for twinks. And by the way, I was looking it up. Twink in our community, when it comes to adult entertainment, is the number one search term. So yeah. And for him actually embracing it, almost getting ahead of it, and then finding I'm just at 28, I'm going to go towards a more BDSM culture. There's could be a deeper fear underneath all that. I mean, what messages did you internalize about aging as a gay man, Jeremy?
I don't know. I've kind of always embraced age, and I think um have been excited to see like what age entails and like what the future holds for me. I've also always been an old soul, which I think kind of adds to that. And I have always been attracted to older men. I have never been into like young or younger looking guys in general. I've always been attracted to um like facial hair and just an older, more mature guy in general. So I have, for the most part, always embraced it and um, love like the ways that people try to just benefit their health and stay like young or youthful, but naturally. And yeah, I feel like it's definitely something that I've always just embraced.
Yeah, I have to agree with you in so many ways because when I was younger, I had some really amazing role models, some of which are still in my life today. That I always had older people. I was always the youngest person, and they were often mentors to me that I looked up to, and they were successful. They were going out. Oh, sorry, that's our dog. um, they were just living life that I think was really what I looked up to and what I wanted in my life and too. So I was a model though for a period in time and continued to, and I could see how things change. But I don't know. As a former athlete, I tried to keep it together. We've talked a lot about aging on this show before, and I think you just got to do it gracefully. But I don't know if there's a period where I've ever felt too old in queer spaces. I mean, Cody, what does sexy look like now versus 10 years ago?
Oh, it's definitely changed, especially for me. I think growing up and growing into, the person that you're going to become in the future, learn to redefine what sexy is. So for me, as I've continued to grow, like Jeremy said, I've always found older guys attractive. So that is something that stuck with me. And like you said, Steve, I've had role models in my family, and but also like on television screens. Like, who didn't want to be Sophia Loren when they got old? Like,
Ooh.
that woman, she's gorgeous. She's of a certain age, and where's just some well-adjusted gays. I mean, of course there is that there's that fear of growing older, of being aged out. But I think that the more you start to speak to that voice that's in inside your head, the less it could be. It could have an effect on you. Also, there's a component too that we don't look our age. I'm going to go ahead and claim it. If anybody wants to push back, feel free to push back. But I've always looked young. So for me,
Yeah.
getting older was something that I was looking forward to so that I could actually look like an adult.
Yeah. And let's shift gears on that one topic of how aging has changed. Because recently on a Reddit thread, Ask Gay Bros Over 30, somebody was asking about aging gracefully. And they asked the question, when it's hot outside or at a gay bar, or if I've just finished something physically taxing like jogging, playing basketball, I like to have my shirt off, but I don't do it quite as much because I feel self-conscious about it. It's not a body image problem. I'm pretty fit, decent pecs and abs. The issue is that I feel like having your shirt off randomly as a young guy thing. And to be clear, I'm not talking about being shirtless at the beach or poolside or Pride. It's more like taking off my shirt for a random bike ride or as I stroll through my urban neighborhood in July. I used to do this all the time when I was 24 before dropping the bombshell, but now at 38, oh my gosh, I feel like the old guy with his shirt off. And a lot of people had a lot of different things to say, but for the most part, people were like, take it off. 98% of the responders said you're never too old. Only a couple expressed some agreement. On that one, where do you fall on, Jeremy?
It doesn't bother me. I feel like do what you want, do what makes you happy. If you feel comfortable, then so be it.
Yeah, I think For me, I've always been a little bit self conscious, although in my 20s, when I was doing modeling, it was like part of, I always felt like if it's part of the gig or what I'm doing, then I'm supposed to do it. Inevitably, every spring, summer, fall, I go down what's called the Chelsea Piers and I take a long walk. It's really great, great scenery, great eye candy, a lot of runners and joggers always. And there's always ones that are take their shirts off. And even though I don't want that, uh, farmer tan, I'll keep my like tank top on if I'm running because I don't want to feel like it just doesn't feel right for me. So I do hear what he's saying on that one. Where do you fall on line of that, Cody?
I hate shirts. I will take my shirt off. I'll take my shirt off in 2 seconds, even if it's not called for. Nobody can have their shirt off. I will just completely take off my shirt in a bar, not in a straight bar, mostly in gay clubs. But like if we were on the pier, my shirt would be off. I would be in the skimpiest of things. I don't like clothes. Yeah. So I don't understand it. I can acknowledge it, but my brain doesn't work that way. I think that like I would rather just be comfortable and be closer to naked, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I love that 98% were like, yeah, whatever. And in general, you're right. I've always had this thing though, where if it needs, like I said before, it needs to feel like the right setting for me. So if I'm at the New York Eagle or when I've been on a Vakaya trip and I'm working with them, of course, my shirt's off. It's just part of the thing. I work out. I often promote our Wednesday live show with my shirt off, and my Diego says, "Put your shirt clothes on." It's, you know what temperature it is outside, but I do it anyway. And so, if I feel like it's the right arena, I will definitely take my shirt off. But I won't do it. I probably never did it though. Just walking down the streets of New York, I just feel like, okay, put a shirt
I
on.
love to. I
Yeah. Oh,
love
good. I love that. Well, 98% of people agree with you, and so that's a really good thing, according to the scores.
Especially if it's hot.
Yeah,
Why?
it gets hot. No one likes a farmer tan. Okay, and then if we were talking about taboo, family, and authenticity, one of the wildest parts of this story, this article, Joey Mills, that I've been talking about, is that his parents helped build his kink space. They actually, it's definitely a modern day story. It's one of those HGTV shows, although it's not, because the parents are helping him build his basement of his house into a kink space so that he can then film. And I think that's so awesome. But I love the fact that family has come into it. How, Jeremy, though, open are you with your family about who you really are?
I mean, I feel like that's a little too open, and there are
Yeah.
certain things that can like stay untold or untalked about, and that is definitely one of them. I don't think that I would be asking anyone that is a family member for help building a dungeon or a play area or any of that. But that's just my own opinion. I think kudos to him that he has that comfort level, but I do think that there has to be some sort of boundary where like that you create with your family. And me also living close to my family, I think that you need some sort of boundary and barrier, especially when you're in a relationship and there are things that you don't need to discuss with family members. And I don't know, it feels a little too like close to home, and it gives me that same feeling about like the topic that we talked about, the dad and the son being
Yes.
Oh
shirtless,
yeah.
promoting their OnlyFans. Like it gives me that weird, I don't know, it's just odd. And
Yeah,
for
I hear you. I mean, I don't want to see that, Cody, Valerie Cherish.
Yeah, definitely not.
Where do you weigh in on this one?
Oh yeah, it's just a bridge too far. I'm very close to my mother. I tell her so many things. In fact, when the blizzard was about to hit just last week or a week and a half ago, whenever it was. I told her, I said, Mom, I'm going over this guy's house. If you check my location and I'm in the
Oh.
blizzard and I'm not at home, I haven't been kidnapped, don't call the police, don't do any of those things. And there were people around me and they were like, you tell your mother that you're going to be spending the night over some guy's house? And I was like, why not? I didn't tell her what we did exactly, but I will tell her, I'll inform her that of what's going on, just so, you know.
She knows you were braiding hair all night.
Exactly. Oh, right.
And praying the rosary. That's what we do, of course.
Reading the Bible in between.
Yes,
Yep.
darling.
Oh my God. It's so funny too, because I came out to my mother later on in life. I'm talking about in the 2000s. My father had already passed away, and it was, yeah, I talked about it on this show, and it was so cathartic. I always knew my mom probably knew. And then when I did tell her, she confirmed that she knew, but it was a really beautiful moment. And since then, it did change everything. And I mean, obviously, she just came to my wedding and she was walking down the aisle with me and seeing the first dance. And it's been so beautiful. We talk about telenovela stars that we both think are hot.
Yeah.
And it's just changed everything. And with that, though, there is still a boundary where, I mean, I remember, to your point, Cody, there was a time several years ago after I had already told her that I was going to San Francisco. I was seeing this guy that I used to know in the 90s, and she knew I said, I'm going to come home tonight. I'm just going to stay in the city. And she knew I was spending the night. I'm sure she put two and two together to figure out, oh, right. But I didn't say what I was doing. And she didn't care to ask. She didn't want to know any of that stuff.
Yeah. Why?
I will say, though, when she does come, like she just came for the wedding and she's probably coming for Thanksgiving this year, which we're so excited, that there are certain things that I will probably pull down. And I know our other co-host, Lincoln, always gives me a hard time with it. But things like the Tom of Finland book and certain things that I do, maybe
It reminds me of the birdcage. Remember when they
de-gay the house? Yes. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's not shame.
so
It's
funny.
just respect for my mom. She doesn't need to, Valerie Cheris, she doesn't need to see that. I'm not, it's just,
I totally get it.
yeah. And if
don't
you
wanna
don't
make
get
them
it,
uncomfortable also. They're of a certain age, and yes, they have lived lives. That way they can put two and two together and come up to the fact that, you know, you're not praying the rosary or braiding hair while you're over this guy's house. But why throw that in their face? Why make them uncomfortable? My sister wouldn't do that, and she is in a heteronormative relationship. So why am I going to do it? Just to make her uncomfortable? I don't think so.
right. And then lastly, we're talking about sex work, power, and self-expression. For so many queer people, sex has been survival, power, connection, and even rebellion. Jeremy, I ask you, has sex ever been a place of healing or self-discovery for you?
I mean, I don't think so. I feel like it's I don't really take it that spiritual to say. I think it's definitely relieving and helps like me de-stress. But I don't think it's ever been spiritual for me, or like, I guess I don't think I've had a scenario or a situation that I can think of where it was that kind of experience.
For me, it has in many ways been at least about self-discovery for sure, and perhaps healing. Let me explain a little bit in that I'll never forget. Jeremy, we have a mutual friend, and he brought me to the New York Eagle years ago, and just on a whim, and I ended up liking it so much that I wanted to go back and back and back. And then I learned about the BDSM culture, and not only that, the various sex acts and self-discovery that you could do with that. And I went down several roads that were really amazing, and met some amazing people that deep dived into BDSM culture. And then when you talk about the community and the people that I met, for me, it was self-discovery. And then when we talk about the parties that we threw, Jeremy, and for me, it was empowering in many ways, because I think when you put on a piece of leather, you feel strong. You feel the leather alone just really works with your chemistry. For me, it gave me a lot of autonomous power of my own sexuality. And I took that with me, that I'm not really in that world so much. We'll go to BDSM bars here and there, but it really did help me become stronger and a little bit more autonomous and stronger. How about you, Cody? Has sex ever been a place of healing or self-discovery for you?
Oh, definitely. I feel like when sex is connected, that's when for me it becomes transcendental, and like it can take you to places and emotions that you didn't even know that you were capable of. I've definitely been there. I've learned so much about myself during sex with someone that I'm extra connected with. Also, and I know that they say like not to do this, or but like it's also help improve my self-esteem, as far as like if a guy is like very very hot and he wants to have sex with me, then it's definitely an ego boost. So those things taken into consideration have definitely helped transform who I am and what I think and how I relate to sex.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe in closing, the most radical thing we can do is to stop trying to be who we were and let ourselves become who we are now, not younger, not more desirable, but more honest. And evolution isn't a loss, it's an expansion. So let's leave it on that. Love talking and getting deeper.
The secret is out. With millions of younger-looking customers across the country, Plexiderm is one of the most highly sought-after products on the market. It visibly shrinks under-eye bags and smooths out crow's feet in minutes, and the effects last up to 10 hours. Influencers love it, magazines feature it, and people just can't get enough of it. As a matter of fact, Elle Magazine gave it an Editor's Choice Award as Best Instant Wrinkle Filler for 2025. In as little as 10 minutes, Plexiderm reduces the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and those dreaded under-eye bags. So yes, you can look years younger in minutes, and the effects last for hours. No surgery, no gimmicks, just results. The best news, you can try Plexiderm for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Don't wait. Order Plexiderm today. Visit plexiderm.com/special. That's plexiderm.com/special. Paid for by Sheer Science.
Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts go abandoned and way more sales going through. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period for 3 months at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
They put hot honey sauce on the snack wrap? McDonald's outdid themselves again. The classic snack wrap we all know and love, paired with the sweet heat of hot honey sauce? Just what we needed to make it even more perfect. You know the drill. So go to McDonald's and try it today.
To that, thanks, guys. That was really good. But now it's time to talk about hot topics, and we need to do a little deep dive into last night's, the Grammys. I have to say, you guys, this year's Grammys on CBS, because it's moving over to ABC, it's the last year, was really good. And I started early. I started on E! Entertainment watching the red carpet. We'll get into some fashion moments a little bit in a minute to break down some of those moments that won us. But honestly, the performances, one of my favorite moments was when and I like this, they've been doing this for a little bit, where they take all of the nominees for Best New Artist. So we have Olivia Dean, Cat's Eye, The Marias, Addison Rae, Somber, Leon Thomas, Alex Warren, and Lola Young. Of course, if you know now, Olivia Dean, and we all predicted she would win. The three of us are huge fans of her. But it does give you a really good insight into who are these new artists that are catching the attention of the Grammy Eye. And I love seeing them all perform. Real quick, Jeremy, what did you think of, I mean, Olivia Dean, come on, but what the performances featuring all the brand new artists?
I liked it. I haven't watched the Grammys actually in a while, so I did like that they gave all of them that are all new artists the opportunity to perform and sing like one of their hit songs. And I definitely was just talking to my boyfriend the whole time and told him I know that Olivia Dean has it in the bag, and I'm so glad that she won. And I thought that she was in the category with a bunch of definitely talented people, but I think that ultimately she deserved to win.
Yeah, I have to agree 100%. I just knew, I was telling you offline that in the fall I was in San Francisco and I was in a taxi cab and Olivia Dean came on and I was like, who is this? And the minute I heard that song, it just, she was blowing up and she continued to. But Cody, what are your thoughts on the Grammys, the parts that you watched? And I mean, shout out to Bad Bunny for winning Best Album of the Year.
Yeah, I loved it. From what I saw, because I only saw clips, I was hanging out with my bestie, but I'm gonna watch it tonight, I think. From what I saw, it was very queer, it was very black, it was very brown, and yeah, it was just amazing. I loved what I saw. I love Bad Bunny winning Album of the Year. I love seeing Duran Bernard win his first Grammy, and he's an independent artist, so he's very like inspirational to me, and he's also gay as hell. Kehlani won, and I thought that was amazing, and just so many winners out there that, and she's also queer, that were so inspirational to me, and I just adored it, and everybody was screaming out F Ice and all. So I was like, this is great. I'm loving this. So yeah, I got to watch it because I feel like I missed out on something.
The tribute at the end to D'Angelo, who I was a huge fan of, and of course Miss Roberta Flack. I mean, so I've got some vinyl of Roberta Flack by the one and only. Why am I blanking on her name right now, Cody?
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill was really awesome, but then you got Shaka Khan in there. You got my Layla Hathaway. You got so many great artists that were showing.
Many.
Yeah, it was really cool. I just thought it flowed, it worked, and I haven't seen an award show in a long time that I have really liked. But any other shout outs? I put the link in our little chat because I want to go over fashion really quick, and I really want to hear from both of you on this. But there was some. I'll let you get to that link really quick. Of course, Trevor Noah, the host, its last and final hosting of the Grammys, he shouted out to Nicki Minaj on how she was in the White House doing some important business. They were comparing butt sizes, and Trump was telling her that I have the big butt, your Grammy, excuse me. And yeah, I mean, it was brilliant, and I just loved it. Any other moments that came out for you, Jeremy?
No, not really. I mean, I loved Gaga's performance. But
me too. I'm glad she won Best Pop Album too.
Yeah, definitely. And the fashion definitely was amazing.
Really quick, let's go. I think you guys have the link. Yes,
got it.
Chappell Roan. I mean, she is working on. She won Best New Artist last year. She had nipple rings on her dress. I just got to hear from you, Jeremy. A yay or a nay?
Definitely a nay. I didn't. Okay. I feel like it was like an all right color because it complements her skin tone, but I just don't love when it's like barely anything. Like
if she was going to one of the BDSM events that we've gone to, this would be amazing.
Yes, but I feel like on this carpet, it's just there's barely any clothes to it, and she has a beautiful body. She's a very pretty girl. I don't know. I don't love it, and I feel like it's kind of off kilter for her because I just feel like she normally does some interesting, quirky, like archive pieces. And I don't know, this was Mugler, and I'm not a big fan of it. The color's
Yeah.
gorgeous on her, but other than that, I'm like, I put some clothes on and
I
wear.
gotta tell you, for a second year outing where she was Miss Everything the year before, she was very understated. And when she had to present the best new artist, she basically read on a teleprompter, "I'm here to present, as we do, the best new artist." She just seemed a little understated, like
Yeah, she seemed
people have swept her under the rug. She was feeling maybe it's like, and yet I know she has an album coming out in the new year, but it's like she needed something a little more spectacular and to be, I don't know, it didn't work for me. But
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest Chappell Roan fan, so that could just be me.
I really like her. When I was with I was with one of my best friends, and you guys both know her. And she was saying that what is the difference between this and what Kanye West's girlfriend or wife, what she was wearing when she was like completely nude. So
Oh, I don't like anything that bitch wears either.
Yeah.
I don't see the point. And like, what are you trying to prove? That you have a beautiful body? It still doesn't, like, it. I don't know. It's an event that
Also,
you.
if you scroll down,
Yeah.
and we're being really nitpicky, and we got to move on to the next ones, is that
Yeah.
shoe is just too low. And like my sister wore higher shoes and more fierce shoes than this thing on the red carpet. No, it's a no. Gaga's, I mean, Black Swan and how do you say the name?
Mathieu Fecales, I think. I'm not
I think
sure.
you're right. Is
Something like
stunning.
that. It's really
Gorgeous.
beautiful. And I mean, the thing that I love about Gaga is she's just always on trend with what her theme is. And this is so like the Mayhem tour, and it complements what she's doing at the moment. And her performance outfit was one of my favorite Alexander McQueen shows ever. And yeah, so I'm a huge fan and I love this.
Guys, this goes on patreon.com/tags podcast. So you can follow along if you want to with this. But I mean, share Cody.
Amazing.
Yeah.
If you're into leather, and I cannot, my favorite time of year is once this damn snow ends, is to put on my custom New York Eagle leather like biker jacket, and we know how much she loves leather. This was, and it did a wink and a nod to her days back when she used to wear I forget the designer, but oh my gosh, Bob Mackie, thank you. Underneath was Bob Mackie, over it was leather, and we know how she likes that. What did you think, Jeremy?
Obsessed. I love it. It's gorgeous. I know that she's been collaborating with Chrome Hearts a lot with all of the custom leather they do for her, but she pulls it off so well. It's tailored excellent. She's going to be 80 years old and she looks amazing. And I mean, most people can't pull this off at 30 years old, let alone at 80. So
there it is.
There it is.
I love it.
Cody Durand Bernard on the red carpet with this dazzled in black and purple fitted suit as he won Best Progressive R&B Album.
I want to like it, but I kind of don't.
Is it too confetti for you?
It might be too busy. It might be too much going on. I love him to death down, but I just think
I think if they would present me this, they always have stylists, I would have said, no, we're not going with this.
What do you
Jeremy?
think, Jeremy?
What do you think, Jeremy?
It's all
It's not awful, but
not awful. I think it's ill-fitting, first of all, and I don't love the things that are 3D that jut out of it. So I think if it had both like a better fit and maybe like retracted some of that 3D aspect to it, I don't mind it. Like it's definitely, I don't hate it, but I don't know. It's just for someone that's very slim and fit, I think it doesn't fit well. Like the tailoring is off for me.
Yeah, the sleeves are too long, and
Did you see what he accepted his award in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that he had on a different suit to accept his award, and that one was immaculate.
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah,
I don't think they showed that on the show, but yeah.
I think it was the day before, or maybe it was
Yeah, Bad Bunny. I mean, I love, and in this picture, it is. So what we're looking at is custom. Oh my gosh, I'm going to let you say this, Jeremy.
Wait, what did he
Chaparral
Scaparelli.
Lee Haute Couture black tux.
Yeah, I
think what makes it really good is the shoulder pads for me, the embroidery on the lapel, but when you turned it around, it actually had corset fitting.
Yeah, so gold metal grommets all the way up the entire back. It's amazing. I love it.
Yes. Okay, we have to really quick. I just want to hear a few more. Billie Eilish, I adore her. I loved her speech standing up for ICE or against ICE. And I just loved what she wore, but I'm sure everybody doesn't love it. It looked schoolgirl. It looked, I don't know. It was a realness custom Hodakova ensemble. She is a vegan and will not wear anything animal related. What did you think, Jeremy?
I don't love it. And I think that what I didn't love is when I watched her walk up, I felt like the belt's flapping. I get it's a deconstructed suit pant, but it looked a little like messy and sloppy to me. And I feel like she's so beautiful that she can make most things look decent. I don't love it. It's like kind of boring to me. And then also messy as well as being boring, and the belts were like flapping all over the place as she was walking up, and I don't know, it's not a nice design in my opinion.
Cody?
I liked it. I really did. I thought that she looked so adorable and so cute, and she's young, so why not do something different? So yeah,
I think there's something here. I agree. I like it like you, Cody, but I think it's probably was pieced together to make it work for this. And there's something there though that I would want to wear because I love straps and buckles and all that kind of stuff. We have time, I think, for two more. Darren Criss was on the runway, and I mean, it's awful. It's awful. I mean, it's awful. Darren Criss, for you guys, is a straight man that has played a lot of gay roles and is a friend to the community, but he is wearing a gray lace suit all in one. I hate it. It's like it's like what an 80-year-old grandmother should be wearing that has a lot of money, with red lipstick that is matte. And it would be like, oh, it's your white grandma's, she's so rich, she wears this. And his ankles showing and those awful shoes. He looks, put a red lip on him and call it a day. He's a grandma. It's just, if my stylist brought this to me, I would say you're fired immediately. But I do not want to look like an 80-year-old grandmother. What do you say, Jeremy?
Absolutely. Agree 100%. Hate it. It looks like an aristocrat Halloween costume, and it's very ugly. Just put the white wig on, powder your face, and call
it Halloween, and we're good to go. Yeah. Cody?
I mean, he looks like he's looking for some berries and cream. Do you guys remember that commercial? So
what's a moment of berries and cream?
He's part 2 of berries and cream. So
it's awful.
It's kind of awful.
Like, imagine if it was just a different color. I feel like it would be more flattering. It's like, how did you put the whitest person in this muted gray?
I mean, the thing is, you know how normally you would, like you were saying in that era, you would put that white powder on his face, like they overdo it. You almost don't even have to do that on his face. It just made him look that much more paler. And maybe it's just that we're all on the East Coast and like have no sun, and we're just like dying of all this, and we're looking at this like, no, give me some color. We're a little angry over here, but yeah. And then that dumb shoe that looks like,
shoe is horrible. Oh my god! It just scrolled down.
I was like, what? Okay, two more. Jochi, I'm so happy Jochi's having her moment right now, and I love this, although I don't love the top of it. It is custom Roberto Cavalli gown with flowing train. I just love I just don't love the top. Jeremy, what do you say? And the hair.
So I didn't like the hair, and I absolutely hate this dress. I love what she wore on stage when
Yes.
she had and that is an example of being nude, but a really beautiful outfit. She had this gorgeous gemstone, like strung together
Oh my
top.
God, yes.
It was
So
almost
good.
naked, but it was really beautiful, and it complemented her skin tone so much. And she's so beautiful, like such a gorgeous girl. I did not love the hair still, and I don't like this gown at all. The gown looks like she took this top that she wears in the summer and
It looks like a beach. Yeah.
like flamenco dancer skirt. I'm not
I
a
mean,
fan.
I think if we had continued with the purple on the top in a better way, I probably would have liked it. That hair is just giving nut. It's like,
Well, I think
who's working with you?
with that face, you don't need any of that hair in your
No,
face.
I would just want a tight ballerina bun.
Yeah, totally. Pulled back would be just stunning for her. But
Cody?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the top is ill-fitting. I do like the flamenco. Maybe it's the Puerto Rican in me to where I like a little cha-cha sometimes. But okay, so the gem tone, the gem outfit that she has looks worse when she's sitting down, but when she's standing up, she looks gorgeous. So
Yeah.
that one I like a lot better.
Okay, and lastly, Scott Hoying. For those that don't know, he's part of Pentatonics. Do you guys know who Pentatonics is?
Yes.
Pentatonics, for those of you who don't know, is this group that's been around for a long time, I believe, and they've been touring around the world, I believe. They harmonize, correct?
They're an a cappella group.
A cappella group, yeah. And I did not know who Pentatonics was until last year. Well, Scott came out as gay and then married his husband Mark last year, and I saw all the photos of theirs, but of course I got married too, and I thought mine were better, but whatever. And looking at their ensemble, and if you look at a lot of their social media, they tend to do a lot of things like together, and I'm happy for Scott and Mark, but it's Mylanta pink. It looks like any person in suburbia made this look to me. It's awful. It's awful.
Yeah.
Jeremy?
I hate it so much. I am already not a big fan of the color pink. And then I think, if your boyfriend is a redhead, why the fuck would you put him in pink ever?
No.
Like, pink and red are the two colors you avoid with having a redhead boyfriend. Like, and I know how to compliment my boyfriend with like good colors, and he knows how to dress himself, but I would just never ever wear these matching outfits, and they're just cheap and ugly looking, and I think that they both look corny. Like
it looks like a costume for Halloween or something, but like
Spirit Halloween.
What kind of Halloween?
I don't know. It looks like you just went to any random tailor and said, "This is what we got, and here's our budget. What can you do?" It's awful. It's awful. They look awful.
Nice, but this is really bad.
Hate it.
The best thing
Cody, last and final word.
The best thing is a necklace. It's ill-fitting. I read that it's for their daughter that just was the gender.
Oh God.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And on that note, let's move on. Would you guys, if you were just moving to a new town, go on an app that would get you to dinner? Basically, friendless and gay, there's an app for that. Out Close is designed, the app is called Out Close. It's designed to help queer strangers in metro areas meet for platonic dinners. There's this really interesting article. I won't go into the whole thing of the article because it's interesting, the person's perspective on this. I will post this on our Patreon community for you to read. But Out Close was formerly Gayborhood. in October of 2025 when Cody Bumbarger was trying to solve a personal problem, which was that he was rarely in one place long enough to make friends and tap into the local queer community. He lived in places like New York, Berlin, Paris, Mexico City, and Bangkok. Well, he decided to put this together. He wasn't really an extrovert. He was more of an extrovert, but he still felt like there's something you could get people together. And what this app does is get people, if you would go on the app, you fill out, it uses AI technology, but it uses what you put in there and it pairs up groups of people. And it could be, again, it's friends, not hookups. It is for people that move to new towns and want to go to a dinner with the AI technology using common interests. And then you would show up at a restaurant, and what results have shown is a lot of these turn into, oh, we liked each other. Let's take this to the bar next door and continue the conversation. I would do this for sure. And I like this because a lot of what I think is what we're missing is communicating and actually getting outside of the apps. It's what my new app encourages people to do. Connect and confidence. More on that a little later in this episode. But Jeremy, would you do this if you moved to a new city and didn't know anybody? Would you be willing to do something like this?
I think I would have to push myself, but I definitely would enjoy it. I think when you're new somewhere, I think just in general, when you move somewhere, it's difficult to meet people organically and naturally. And I also think with today's day and age and how much social media takes over a lot of people's attention, I think that this would be a fun outlet to meet people and an interesting way to make friends and also just learn more about where you moved to. So like the good restaurants and places to go and stuff like that. So I think in a way it would definitely be harmless and a fun thing to do. I think I would definitely need a nudge to do it because knowing me, I'm definitely not like the most outgoing in a brand new setting. I tend to have to take time to like evolve into it, but I think it would be a lot of fun and I would definitely do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing about when you're out and about and you meet people, friend of a friend, and you connect with somebody and you get their number, it's oftentimes that follow through doesn't really happen. It's somebody leaves somebody hanging and it just doesn't move through, which could have been an actual friendship that could go to the next level. And I think with something like this, where everybody's on this app to actually meet, you would hopefully meet like-minded people or people that you would like and then share information. But because you met on this kind of platform and shared a meal together, Cody, I think the likelihood of then in a new city when you didn't know anybody and you shared this meal that you would then maybe hang out again. What do you say to this? Would you do this?
I was all down for it until you said, then you like repeat it over and over again. I have to share a meal with this person. And I am not the most, the person you want to share a meal with if you want to converse. I am there to eat and we can do anything else. But if it's share a meal,
I have gotten you to talk though.
You talk directly to me
because you said that to me once before. No, I'm like, I'm going to keep asking you questions. And my husband was the same way too, where he was that way too. And I'm like, oh, you're not going to just sit through this dinner and be silent. And no. And I push and I'm going to, because it's like, I grew up from a different, where we talk during a meal. It's like, it's not a trough here.
I mean, I did grow up that way too, but I don't know, just being by myself.
What do you say to that, Jeremy?
I think you can connect over food as well. So I think that alone is something fun to talk about with a stranger or someone that you're romantic with as well. So I think it would be fun and interesting.
I like that.
I hear that. I would have to mentally prepare myself though. So I would
oh my God.
I might have to eat before I go. Yeah. Oh, that's a good trick. Yeah. Okay. I'm down again.
Okay, then we got to talk about the tale of the awful, terrible 10-hour lesbian drive date. Has everyone picking sides? We all know that the common denominator that we all know is lesbians pick up a U-Haul the minute they go on one date. Well, recently there was a 10-hour, somebody went 10 hours. It all started when at Aphrodite's.echo, aka Tiff, posted a really lengthy story time after having a woman over for a romantic staycation during a long weekend. Well, after a week of texting, Tiff invited Lex at Stone Scientist to her home, which was 10 hours away, where Lex lived. At first, things went well. Tiff goes on to say, I made coffee for this woman every single morning, Tiff explained. But after a few days, she got tired and wanted to see if Lex would make coffee for her instead. And if you listen to what Lex has to say, is that she had heard that the other one said that, oh, I love doing things for my woman. I love like making coffee. I love doing all these things. Well, the original one felt like she didn't do that at all. Tiff didn't feel like she did that at all. And she posted it on TikTok about how this went awry this whole weekend. Well, later, Lex decided to give her side of it, and now the internet has thoughts on this. It's a whole thing. I'll post this on our Tags Patreon community, but I can remember, Jeremy, when I met you for a gay pride in Rhode Island. Was it Rhode Island?
Yes.
And I met one of your friends at the time. He's probably still your friend. And I bonded with him that weekend, and then decided to invite him over for the next weekend here in New York, which I thought I was inviting him over for like a night, and he was going to stay the whole weekend. And it only really lasted a night, honestly. We didn't even make it a week. I mean, that's how the gays are. Like, it's whatever happened in Rhode Island that was warm and fuzzy and all those good things didn't translate into the week. For these two to do a whole week, I couldn't wait to get him out of my house, my existence. Sorry, Jeremy, but
no, I totally get it. I think he ended up throwing a bitch fit and took himself out by like. I think he ended up getting a hotel room that weekend.
He did. It was awful. I felt like I kept bending over backwards trying to appease him, and he kept talking about how different, without getting into too much, but I'll get into it a little bit because it's my show, that how Boston, we don't do this. And I'm like, well, you're not in fucking Boston. I didn't say that, but I was like, you're in New York. This is how we fucking do it here. And anyways, I just kept going back and forth, and ultimately we had a blowout and he left early. But can you relate to this, Jeremy?
I can relate to a long date. Like my boyfriend, our date was really long, but it definitely came to an end where I think it was exciting that we would see each other again soon. And I think that made it more interesting than having like 3 or 4 days together all in a row. Like, I don't think that sounds fun unless you get to know the person more. I mean, I did do a staycation after our first few dates where I went to his house and spent a long weekend, and that was great. But I think you can't go into it without knowing the person a little bit. And because of the fact that we had such a long history of talking before we actually met, I felt like I already knew him, and that made it more comfortable. But like, theirs sounds a lot. And the fact that they are a 10-hour distance from each other is a lot in itself. And
yes, I gotta ask. Go ahead.
I knew that you having my friend over
was a mistake.
Would crash and burn.
Yeah,
and
thanks for telling me on that one.
He's so controlling that I'm like, he doesn't like being in someone else's turf. And we're no longer friends anymore. For the record.
Good. See, I knew I was onto something there.
Oh, the plot thickens.
I knew that he just can't relinquish that control. So being in someone else's turf and someone else's city is so not his vibe. He has to stay.
And not any city. New York fucking city.
I know.
Yeah.
Greatest city in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Are these lesbians and me, Cody, just naive?
I'm really shocked at you, Steve.
This is like several years ago or a few years back. But yeah, I did do this.
Yeah. Let's not normalize inviting somebody to stay at your house for multiple days after texting them or talking to them or meeting them for a week. Let's not normalize that. Let's learn from these two experiences and see that this is not the way to move forward. Like Jeremy said, you go on a couple dates, you see if you even like this person. And then as the relationship progresses, that's when you start to spend multiple days together with them in a row. I think that's a good final word.
I love
even
it.
Me, who is a lesbian at heart, I would not do that.
Are you parking the U-Haul outside the first?
Mama, I got U-Haul on speed dial, honey. Okay.
Well, lastly, we were all privy, if you watched the Grammys, but now everyone can watch it, to The Devil Wears Prada 2. The trailer dropped yesterday, and it is looking, with Madonna's Vogue in the background, looking like it's going to be really good. What do you say to it, Jeremy?
Can't wait. So excited.
Yeah. It's just everybody's back, and somebody did, Cody, a comparison. Who's back from part one and part two? Everybody's back.
Everybody's back. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I saw the trailer, even though I didn't watch the Grammys, and I just want to know if Jeremy is coming back here so we can all watch it together.
Oh my God, that would be so fun. I think yes. All right, more to talk about on that. So much fun, guys. I could do this all night. Yeah. And in the meantime, continue having hot gay sex.
Eating healthy doesn't mean you have to eat out at a pricey restaurant. Healthy Choice Simply Steamer's grilled chicken and broccoli Alfredo is an easy, high-protein meal with nothing artificial. The steam tray keeps the sauce separate, so you get crisp broccoli, creamy Alfredo sauce, and tender grilled chicken that's delicious every time. And it's a satisfying meal with 28 grams of protein. You can find it in the frozen aisle. Healthy Choice. What having it all tastes like.
You've made it on time for the McDonald's breakfast menu. You think to yourself, finally I could start my day with my perfect breakfast. But what if breakfast could be even more perfect? With the hot honey sausage egg biscuit, it finally is. This won't last forever. So go to McDonald's and get it while you can. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. We all get distracted when we drive, but how we handle these distractions can be a matter of life or death. Please put your phones on silent and take a mental note to focus on driving.
Paid for by NHTSA.
At Strayer University, we help students like you go from, is it possible, to anything is possible by offering access to up to 10 no-cost gen ed courses, so you can reach your goals affordably and fast. Visit strayer.edu to learn more. No-cost gen eds provided by Strayer University affiliate Sophia. Eligibility rules apply. Connect with us for details. Strayer University is certified to operate in Virginia by Chev and has many campuses, including at 2121 15th Street North in Arlington, Virginia.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.